Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the PantyNectar podcast. Thanks for joining me today. Today I checked my anonymous confession question app and I haven't checked it in a while. So you guys left me some really juicy stuff in there. So hang out, get comfy, and let's go through these. So today I posted on my Instagram a thing that was like, it says your guilt-free opportunity to confess something to me. Well, nobody confessed anything. Instead, they all just wrote statements. But this person did ask, so I'll just start from the top. Would you protect your friends from rumors? I like this question. I would protect anyone from rumors because I think my friend or not. Oh, we knew it. We knew it.
Thank you, Kevin.
What's up, Kev? Because I just think like nonsense. Rumors are nonsense anyways. So
but how is that question, like, what does that question mean to you, to protect your friends from rumors?
Would you protect your friends from rumors? Like, would I step up to say, hey, stop talking about my friend? Like that's
if somebody
a rumor.
was saying, hey, I heard so-and-so did this, and
yeah,
you know it not to
I'd
be
like,
true.
go tell him.
Yeah.
Go tell him.
Yeah.
Anyways, favorite color, yellow.
Yeah, look at your shirt.
Oh, I didn't even realize that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yellow just reminds me of like the sunshine in Florida and just sunshine.
Beauty.
Yeah, just like paradise. Somebody said, just been thinking about you lately.
Oh.
Ooh, that's
What
a confession.
You thinking about?
What's up?
What you thinking about?
Someone said, I like your opinions. Well, thank you.
Okay.
I feel like boys are less complicated as friends. You agree?
Yeah. I mean, that's why I like.
I would agree with that. You guys are simple creatures.
That's why so many women are like, I only have guy friends.
But
I only have guy friends.
But it's true.
Well,
no.
How come all the women say I only have guy friends? It kind of says something, doesn't it? Or does it not?
No, and I was going to say, like, you know, some people may be like BS, but I really do think it's much easier to have guy friends, not even in a sexual fashion. Like, just you guys are much simpler creatures. I feel like speaking as a woman, maybe we can interpret things in a certain way sometimes, and I feel like women sometimes just get like catty.
Yeah.
So yeah, I do agree with that. Whoever left that. Do you think that everyone has a soulmate out there? Everyone asked questions instead. Do you think everyone has a soulmate out there? I think that you probably have a lot of soulmates out there.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah.
I think that's something that I've always believed in. Like, do I think that you are supposed to like love one person that's your soulmate and that's like it for the rest of your life? Like, no. I think you probably meet quite a few people that you have interests with, things click. I think you can probably make any relationship work if you really tried hard enough, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah, and then you think about that. I mean, like soulmates. Like.
So I was like, oh, are we soulmates?
Well, I mean, like it's we often just jump to like the romantic, involvement, but I think that people are very close friends that are not in any type of romantic relationship.
Mm-hmm. That
you know
could be your
like,
soulmate. I agree with that.
Yeah, like your best friends. Like, okay, your best friends you may not be intimately involved with them, but like they're your best fucking friends. Like, and so many people, like have best friends through life.
Yeah.
Like lifelong best friends that, they never part ways or just always there for each other, always there. Like those are soulmates,
Yeah.
They may not be like in an intimate sense that we think about, but it's kind of interesting to think about. Then of course, like, like in a relationship,
This question got asked 5 days ago. I feel like when people go a day without seeing like you and I make a video together, they're like, are you married still? Like, whoa, guys. This person said, did you have any problems recently? That was most likely stemming from someone not seeing a video in a day. And that's the question that gets asked. Are you married still? Is your relationship good?
Maybe.
Is it
Maybe.
Is it good? Is it on the rocks?
Maybe. Shit, I'll take a margarita on the rocks. Maybe.
Dude, a Bloody Mary.
On the rocks.
I haven't had a Bloody Mary in so long, but that sounds so fucking good. I'm not
It's
like
delish.
anyone that knows me knows like I'm not a big drinker. I'm not like I don't really care to there's nothing about like opening a beer, opening a bottle of wine that like I just find relaxing and nice. But man, a Bloody Mary, I could drink a Bloody Mary anytime.
Oh yeah.
In the morning, at night, in the middle of the day, whenever. I love a Bloody Mary.
Bloody Marys are amazing.
Oh, I want one right now thinking about one.
And the great part about Bloody Marys is like they're so, like everybody makes a Bloody Mary different.
Yes.
Kind of, so there's so many different varieties. It's like limitless.
I recently took a trip to Oregon. I know I had talked about it here on the podcast. And I honestly think we were somewhere in California because we drove from Oregon to California and then back up to Eugene. And there was somewhere in Oregon or maybe California where we stopped, and it was like a little podunk hole-in-the-wall place. The food was actually pretty good for what I thought it was going to be, especially when we got our drinks. I was like, oh, I don't know how this is going to... I don't know if I want to eat from here. But the guy that was bartending is just one single bartender, and he was like, oh, we got an award for our Bloody Marys. And so I'm thinking, oh, shit.
Okay.
Oh, this is exciting. I'm excited. And I even have to sometimes tell the bartenders, like, I just straight up say it. I'm like, I'm a pussy, so don't like put a lot of vodka in it. I like more tomato than I like vodka. I literally just love the taste of a Bloody Mary, but we got our Bloody Marys and they were probably the most plain, disgusting Bloody Mary. I had to go ask for olives and he just let me grab them out of the jar and like they were like stale olives. So it was like probably one of the worst Bloody Marys I've ever had. It was flavorless. You know when people like put some Tabasco and there's some Worcestershire sauce and like there's just some stuff going on in there, some pepper.
Yeah.
Like throw some pepper. I think I had to throw some salt in there and stuff. It was pretty bad. And he was bragging about, I'm like, who gave you this award, sir?
What did you put in there? Fucking V8 juice and some vodka?
Who gave you this award, first off?
Yeah. The Bloody Mary Commission of Oregon.
Of Oregon. California.
Wherever.
Ding, ding, ding. How old are you? Do I look my age, do you think? Do you think I've aged since we've been together?
Well, looking at pictures, you've definitely aged. But we've been together for a little bit, so that's, kind of understandable.
Yeah.
But I'd say...
Do I look my age, though?
I think sometimes you definitely look a lot younger.
Mm-hmm. People think I look older, too.
And then, yeah, I've seen those comments.
Like, is it my face? Is it my wrinkles?
Fucking face?
Do I need a toner? I don't know. What's going on?
No, sometimes I think you might look a little bit older than you are, but I think mostly you look younger.
Interesting. I'm 28.
Oh.
How old are you, Mr. P?
41.
41, 28 and 41,
Yep.
if anyone was wondering.
Yeah, everybody.
I like them
wonders.
old.
I always get that question.
Okay, this person said your favorite animated film. Got one, question mark. I can't think of any of my favorite like animated films off the top of my head. I know I love a good animated film, so don't get me wrong. I know they're out there. But one of my top films is fried green tomatoes. I love fried green tomatoes. Very, very, very much so.
Man, I haven't seen that movie in so long.
Yeah, I think when I was much younger, I watched that movie and like it has always just been one of my favorites.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
I remember we watched that in the movie theaters in the early 90s, whenever that came out. Yeah, and it was just one of those, I guess I just had like so many, I don't know. I've never, I've never been into movies. Like
I get no
there's
movie
something
cuddles.
about sitting down and like knowing I'm going to be in front of this screen for the next hour and a half watching something that's totally fucking fake and made up. And in my mind, I can't stop thinking about how fake it is. Like And not, I don't know. It's just like I'm like, oh, these people are acting. Like, why is this fucking truck going this way? No one would ever be driving like that. You know what I mean? And like,
Yeah.
especially when it comes to like firearms. You know, it's like no one uses firearms that way, or like it's just complete bullshit.
Yeah. What's one of your favorite movies?
Blow. Blow is definitely, I've seen that movie probably a couple hundred times. And which is ironic, right, for somebody that doesn't like to watch movies. But we just watch that movie every day. And then another movie I used to watch almost every day with one of my buddies was The Big Lebowski. He called me Lebowski because
that is a good movie. That is a good movie. You and I were talking the other day because there was a viral meme going around, and I don't even know, it probably had something to do with Epstein or something, but it was like a Men in Black thing being like, you saw nothing, and like doing their like memory wiper little flash. And I saw that meme and I laughed about it, and you were like, I don't know what that's from. And I was like, oh my God, you've never seen Men in Black before?
Nope.
It's very good.
I know Will Smith, and who's the other guy? Tommy Lee Jones, I think they're in. I know there was that, and then there was Men in Black 2. Hal says,
and it's just
hi
good.
at PN.
Hello, Hal.
And I'm sure it's fantastic, but like I remember like it being on at my cousin's house and shit. My cousins were all into movies.
Yeah.
Like deep into movies. Like sometimes
my cousins too. That's weird.
Sometimes that would be the only things they'd want to watch, and I'm like, I can't fucking do this. Like I can't sit down and just watch this movie.
Yeah.
And I don't know. There were sometimes that like, they were big gun nuts too, and so like they were really into like guns and firearms and like knowing what every weapon was, and like talking about it. So that was kind of interesting sometimes with whatever we watched. But no, I've never seen Men in Black.
It's really good, and it's just like. You would honestly probably think it's pretty funny with how like the government kind of covers up that these aliens live amongst us as humans, but they're really aliens and they know it. And so when the aliens encounter in their true form the humans, the Men in Black show up to wipe your memory. The government, they come to wipe your memory. So
that's what's happening right now. I mean,
that's why I'm like it's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
Would you adopt a pet together with your boyfriend? Fun fact, we have 4 dogs.
Yeah.
And you're my husband, but...
Adopt a pet. It's noble that people do pet adoption.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, good for the people out there that...
We adopted a stray, not by choice, but by fate.
He adopted us.
He adopted
us. That's what
us.
I say. He fucking adopted us. He showed up and never left.
Yes.
We are his now.
And that's so funny.
Yeah.
Let's see. Someone on here put okay, not that I care at all about haters' opinions, but there is a template on here that's like, okay, haters, it's open to y'all. Anonymous inbox, just drop it. And I want to do that one so bad. And like some people, and I don't want to shine light on any of that stuff, but I do just think it'd be funny for people to see like that we do encounter this stuff. Like we just choose not to highlight it, not to respond. You will never see like a negative comment ever responded to by me on Reddit. But this person said, you're impatient.
You're impatient.
Okay.
I concur.
You think I'm impatient? Give me an example, sir.
No, I was just joking.
I'm pretty patient.
Yeah, actually pretty patient. Most of the time, yeah.
We've also had this conversation. Like, I'm also not a crazy girl either.
No.
I'm not.
No.
Like,
thank God.
And I mean that. And it's what is Hal say you? I can't read that.
You two are such a cute couple. Damn, you need these glasses?
I literally.
I've been hiding them and shit.
I cannot see that. Let me see them actually.
See if you can hit that. You got to put them on.
Oh my God.
Can you see it if you do?
I can. Oh my God. Like way clearer.
Yeah.
I'm not even in my 30s yet.
Yeah.
Holy crap. I cannot. Now I know what it says, but I could not read that to begin with. Yeah, we had this conversation. Like, you guys listening know, like, crazy girls exist. You can see it in their eyes. The crazy comes out one way or another. I wouldn't categorize myself as, like, throwing fucking clothes out in the yard and popping tires and doing vindictive type. It's not my style.
No. Yeah. Thank God.
Yeah.
you might just like get quiet or something.
I was literally thinking I'll probably just get quiet. That's literally what I was thinking in my head was, yeah. So I do the opposite. Instead of go high, I go low.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's funny.
Okay, move on from the crazy one. I'm feeling these crazy vibes over here.
Somebody said you probably have a wild side too. Well, welcome.
No,
welcome.
pretty fucking normal vanilla.
Um,
Actually, like I think that's kind of like we've discussed it before, but like our lives are quite boring.
Oh, way more
And,
boring than people probably
yes.
think they are.
It if you know you follow her or you follow my X accounts or Reddit or whatever, it's like, you know, we post some, you know, things, but the truth is like we're not going to, you know, the conventions, Las Vegas,
parties.
Miami, New York City, fucking doing this, that,
Yeah.
hitting up all these things that other people are, which is fantastic. I'm not knocking them.
And
at
not
all.
that we never will at
Right.
some point.
It's just like right now we kind of can't in a sense, and we just kind of choose not to as well. And so it's interesting that like you know, like we're in bed by fucking 9 p.m.
If I want to be up in the morning, like I last night we were going to sleep. You were probably already asleep by like 9:30, and I was like, okay, got to finish this stuff up so I can get to bed because we get up so early. Like we do live very extremely, probably much more boring lives than people. People have some fun stories about us that I'm like, whose life is that?
Oh, people saying
yes,
shit?
like
yeah.
being like,
my
these
God.
orgy parties, just doing these
Crazy drugs.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, oh my God.
Shit, I wish.
I fucking cook dinner every goddamn
Yeah.
night. There's nothing exciting about our lives, but well, other than what we get to do every day, which is chit chat with you guys, that is exciting. So, and get to make podcasts where we talk about all of our fun sex stuff and life stuff and everything. So it's so funny. My best friend, I don't know if I think I told someone else this, but not you. My best friend ran into someone the other day that was like, oh yeah, love her podcast. I was like, what? Like completely random, but like people really do truly listen to our podcast, and like it's super cool that we're able to reach so many people simply off of a podcast.
Yeah.
Not even being viewers of anything else that we do, X, Discord. We literally have people that just find us from the podcast.
Yeah, 100%. And, you know, I've discussed this before, and I think we've touched on it a little bit, but like if you're listening to this right now and you have any ambition of, you know, reaching anybody in any way, and, you know, creating a podcast is a great idea for you, because, and this is not, you know, what we've learned mostly comes from Gary Vaynerchuk, and we're not ashamed to say that, like, we have taken what Gary Vaynerchuk does, Gary V at Gary VEE, if you want to look him up on social media, but you know, taking what Gary does and just putting it over into this space, and we were like, let's just see how this works, and it's like, holy crap, it works really, really good. And, you know, Gary's thing is just about putting out content, and content that's authentic to whatever you're doing, no matter what it is, what you're doing, and putting out a lot of content. And, you know, we've listened to him now for a long time.
Yeah.
And, you know, he used to say this thing, document, don't create, because people would get, you know, you kind of get, especially for people that, if you've never done it before and you're trying to create content for your TikTok, for your YouTube, for your X account, for your Facebook, for your Snapchat, whatever it is, LinkedIn, it gets overwhelming when you start thinking about, well, how am I going to do this? How am I going to do this? You get to the hows, right? And then it's like, then you kind of just stop yourself. But so, you know, and all that Gary talks about, his podcast, and he also says, like, watch what I'm doing, you know, not necessarily just everything I say, because he tries a lot of different things, but like the podcast is one of the things that Gary has done now for a long time.
Yeah.
And he doesn't stop that. Like, it's constant. And it's because I think about it like this, that you have your platforms, right? And Gary refers to them as the 7 meaningful platforms or whatever, kind of those I just mentioned. But those are essentially linear to themselves. And so I, for instance, like Reddit and X, they live in their own 2 different worlds. They don't necessarily complement each other in any way.
Right.
And you know that if you have a Reddit and an X account and you try to, get people to go from one to the other, those are kind of siloed together or separate from each other. And getting them to cross over is a difficult thing to do. But when all those accounts or all those platforms are linear to each other, I think of it as the podcast lives above those. And then it filters down to those platforms of the ones we have, because from the podcast, people can find you anywhere. I mean, people all over the world listen to podcasts, so they hear it, and we know that, people will go to different accounts, social media accounts of ours, and be like, oh, I heard you on the podcast. It's like, oh, holy shit. Like, didn't think that, they're like, I'm in, name your country around the world, and they're like, hey, I heard your podcast. And it's like, oh wow, thank you so much for listening. So podcasts are a great way to reach people.
People also like, I have a couple friends that I'm like, oh man, you should start a podcast. Like, this would be a really cool take that I know people would like to listen to. And, a lot of the time people just say like, they say, oh, well, I don't like the way my voice sounds. And I'm like, it's so like, that to me is so like, who cares? People are going to say something anyways. I mean, they're going to say, they'll say, you sound like a man, you sound like a baby, you sound like, it doesn't matter. Like, people are going to say it anyways. So you might as well be a producer instead of a consumer and make something. So highly recommend it.
Yeah,
this person.
Sorry to jump in before you move on to the next question or comment, but about the person not liking their voice, and it's like, Gary gets these types of questions all the time when I listen to his podcast. Gary, I'm trying to do this, but I don't like being in front of the camera, or I don't like this, or I don't. It's like, what do I do? And it's like, to this person, like, you don't like your voice. You either fucking get over it or you don't.
Exactly.
Like, there's nobody. I mean, think of like the people of the content that you consume. Is that person, in whatever realm it is that person like the perfect fucking person that, just looks perfect and sounds perfect and does this perfect and does this? Absolutely not.
No.
I mean, like, now you may think they are, but I guarantee you that person has their own insecurities that they've had to work through and just say, fuck it. So either you're going to get over the way your voice sounds or you're not.
Yeah.
And then if that's what it is, then maybe you should, do more written word type things.
Right. This person, this was probably meant to be an insult, but I'm going to address it anyways, because there's a couple in a row right here. That this says, I bet you don't have many friends. That is such an interesting take. Like, I am such a people person that I am literally everyone's friend, but I have a very, very small circle of close friends. So like in high school and stuff, I'm literally friends. I'm the girl that like is friends with everyone. I'm friends with the kids that no one talks to, and I'm also friends with like the really popular people, but I would not have categorized myself as like a popular person. I wasn't homecoming queen or anything like that. I was just I'm literally the same person that I am today. Like, I'm just a positive person that loves talking to people. I love interacting with people. I love people in general. And so that question was, or statement, I don't know. I bet you don't have many friends. I don't actually. I have a very small circle of close friends of mine, but I'm friends with everybody.
Yeah. And there's, I mean, like you're saying, I don't know the context of what they're really trying to say, but like, there's people out there who have a ton of friends and are very, they need those friendships and they need those connections, and they, like the few friends I have, thank God for them, because like they reach out to me to call me, like, hey, I haven't heard from you in a while, just see how you're doing, because I'm like the bad friend in the sense that I don't pick up the phone and call. That's just
right.
It's probably something I need to work on, I guess, but it's just not really in my DNA to do that. So, so for me, I'm like you. It's like I don't really have a whole lot of friends. Now, like, with that being said, it's not like I don't have friends or like I don't see old friends and like don't really have a good time with them and enjoy things, but it's just like I don't keep those.
Yeah,
those connections,
put
I
me
guess,
in a
which
room.
is terrible.
Yeah, but put me in a room of people that I've never met. I can make friends with everyone. Like, so I feel like that is something that I'm very I don't know if that's like a trait you can, or like, you know, learning to talk to people, and you know, because there's some people that just like kind of have resting. You know, my friend does always have to remind me. They're like, "Bitch, smile." I'm like, "Oh yeah, I forget." Like, but it's just like, yeah, I don't know, one of those things. But definitely drop me in a room full of people that I've never talked to, and I can probably spark up a conversation and end up being friends with everyone.
So real quick here, JD in the chat says, "So what are we doing on YouTube?" LOL.
Chatting.
People are like, "What in the heck is going on?"
I know. Oh, this person said, "You seem like you are a great friend." I appreciate whoever wrote that. That's very kind of you. I try my best. Someone said, "Why would you ask for a foot massage? Have your husband do it." What if I don't want him to do it?
That's a good one. Yeah, I guess.
Super interesting question. What's the best compliment Miss P has gotten? Does she get like love letters on OF or DMs? Haha. What's that like? What stood out? It could also be an offer. Like, has some rich guy said he'd... Funny story. I'm going to tell this story about like when I first started in this space. This was in the very beginning, and this person, because that question mentioned like, oh, has some rich guy come along? Like, let me tell you, no. First off,
not me. That's for damn sure.
But no like sugar daddy DMs or anything like that. But there was like this guy that I wouldn't say like he tried to scam me, because it definitely wasn't like catching me in some kind of like gotcha moment. And I ended up figuring out by like Googling his username that it was a scam. I don't know if you remember this, very, very beginning. But this guy was like, "Oh, I'll send you $20,000. And of course you're like, "Oh, okay, sounds great."
20 G's.
Yeah. But long story short, he like, I obviously was not falling for someone just randomly falling in my DMs offering to send $20,000. But, this guy was very strategic. This is why, like, especially if you're in the Discord server, you know how serious we take like verification, make sure you're verified. So we get the scams out of the server. But this guy like really did some great editing. Like, he had a sticky note with my name held up to a computer screen that showed a very legitimate looking PayPal, and like, I don't know PayPal's rules. So it was like, oh, it'll take a day or two, you know, to send. Long story short, it was all bullshit, but it was a very sophisticated thing. And what I ended up finding out was that guy like pretty much gets you to send pictures leading up to you waiting for this money. And then he or she, who knows who it actually is, a bot behind a fucking screen. But they use your pictures then as blackmail, which is like, which was kind of funny in my case, because I had looked up where he had like seriously caused damage in people's lives, like reached out to family members. Long story short, a hater had already done that to me. So good luck. Can't get any worse.
Right.
And then like the whole blackmailing you for your pictures. It's like, dude, my pictures are all over the fucking internet.
Yeah.
Like, post them if you want. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
So that didn't go very far for him. And I honestly never heard from him again after being like, yeah, whatever, this is a scam. He never tried to blackmail me or anything. But it also goes to show, like, when you don't give people that power, like, they can't hold. When you live in truth and you're not hiding things, you're not like worried about someone seeing a freaking thread that you posted under or whatever you're worried about. When you don't live in that light, you don't have to worry about people doing that stuff to you. So like, that obviously wasn't a concern, but man, that was something that had happened to me as far as big bucks go. Never received the 20G, in case you're wondering.
$20,000 didn't come through 2-3 days later, 4 years later, whatever it was.
Yeah. So also, if you have a username, someone here recently, we've seen where people are actually reaching out to other people via their WhatsApp or their Telegram. So always be cautious. Look up usernames on Google. Look up, DuckDuckGo. Look up someone's username to see if there's any nefarious, things going on with this account. Verify. Always have people verify for you before you start going into a back and forth with people.
Yeah.
What are you thinking about? You look like you're thinking.
Yeah, just that it's the complexity of the whole situation and how that can come down, how somebody can essentially get scammed, right?
Yeah.
And but the genesis of that is somebody thinking that a creator is reaching out to them. And I know we discussed this, I believe, on the last podcast, but the chances of that happening are about zero, especially when you consider on a different platform. Let's say you follow somebody on X and, whatever, you like this person, it doesn't matter, but you follow this account on X.
Yeah.
Why the fuck would that person be reaching out to you on Telegram?
Yeah. And
Why
being
the
like,
fuck
hey,
would-
I'm lonely, let's chat.
Why the fuck would that person reach out to you on TikTok, on any other app?
Yeah.
Right? Especially, if this person has, 500,000 followers on X and their TikTok page that they're reaching out to you from has 500.
Yeah.
It just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make logical sense. And we've even seen it with other creators, having their content stolen and then have people reach out to us trying to say, hey, can you add me to this or add me to this? And I'm like, doesn't really make sense. What about your other account?
Yeah, exactly.
So the reality is I don't fucking, of course we get DMs from people all the time, but in the sense of any type of business arrangement or some shit like that, or anything personal in a sense, I'm not going to be fucking falling for somebody hitting me up on Telegram when they could just hit me up on fucking Reddit or X.
Well, and especially
why don't you just DM me on fucking X? Then?
Especially if it's a creator and you're in the beginning, I don't see a lot of this now, but when I first started, a lot of people were like, oh, I'm finding you on all these dating sites. And like you said, I'll never arrange some kind of business thing like that via a dating app. I'll post on Reddit and be like, who wants to you'll never see me be private under a whole different name than you've ever even heard mentioned associated with PantyNectar before on a dating app in Georgia.
Yeah. I saw you on Tinder. You may have seen the pictures, but that was not me.
Exactly. Yeah.
I mean, people, how hard is it to fucking right click save a picture these days?
Exactly.
That's a term for the NFT world, right click save, right? So all you have to do now is just hold the fucking, screen on your phone, save photo, and then you can, yeah.
Okay. Last question for this episode, and we'll leave it here. This is just right here. It says, does your family and friends know what you do for work, and what do they think about it? What they think about it doesn't really matter. Now they're still in my lives. Luckily, I didn't have to worry about breaking it to my family. Someone else did that for me. So that kind of was a lot easier than having to be like, hey guys, let's sit down for a second. So yeah, of course, when they first found out, it was put to them, framed to them in this horrendous way. Long story short, time goes by. My family knows that I'm still the same person. Your family knows that you're still the same person. We have a beautiful, great family now. We're very happy, and our family sees that and loves us for who we are. So and that's not with all creators. We see a lot of creators that their family still won't talk to them, or, people in their life leave, and you have every right to do that. Everyone has every right to do that. But luckily in our lives, we live a pretty authentic life where we especially like, you don't drink at all. That's not something that you do at all. And we're pretty positive, healthy people, and the people around us appreciate that. So
I'm always very intrigued by creators that are like, and like they have a pretty big platform. They're like, my family doesn't know I do this, and it's like, how?
Yeah.
Like I don't give a shit if they like whatever, but I'm just like, how do they not like?
Yeah.
How do they not know you got outed from well, we know who did that, but from an anon account, basically,
Yes.
but
that was just perusing Reddit and stumbled through the door on my content.
Yeah.
It's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Anyone else stumble on my content? Stumble across my content?
I stumbled across your content and my dick just happened to be in my hand.
I just fell into the Cum Goddess subreddit and saw your picture there. Slut's Lost Refuge.
Oh, so you mean you had to change your settings in
click
your profile
through the warning,
and then click through the warnings to go to this Reddit, subreddit you were just perusing.
But after the fact, I really think that it's truly been a blessing in my life that happened. I know a lot of you guys listening, or maybe some of you don't remember or weren't here in PantyNectar when that happened, when that anonymous letter and multiple letters got sent to my mom's address, typed up anonymously in the mail, sent to her. And a lot of people would think that that's pretty terrifying. But
terrifying.
It's terrifying.
But
it ended up being, I think, a great blessing, and it has made our whole family even stronger, in my opinion. And I'm very grateful for that. I'm very grateful for where we sit today. The journey wasn't always easy. Some of you guys listening know that my family did stop talking to me for a while. And it was just off of false pretenses. And so, life's good now. I'm very happy and very blessed to have done I don't think there's anything that I would say I regret. Like, I'm very happy that we started doing this, and I'm very happy that we're here, and plan to be here for a while. So
for the long haul.
Should we piss off each other?
Oh, I thought you were.
What?
I was just saying for the long haul.
No. So, my friends and family know what I do. Your friends and family know what you do. That's that. I know that is
It's no surprise to fucking people that know me. I mean, like, I remember somebody telling me, like, back in fucking 2013, like, you should create some like cam service or some shit like that. Like, they were like, oh, you should like do this like with. I'm like, I don't have any fucking interest in like creating a fucking cam site.
Yeah.
Like, what do I want to? I don't want to be on like managing people or some shit. Like, oh, you need to be on a webcam. Like, fuck that, But this is just like, oh, I'll show my dick on the internet. No problem. I don't give a fuck. So
and the podcast is fun. It opens up so many, it just opens up so many different conversations. You guys send me feedback constantly, or questions that you have. So it's really cool being able to open everything up on all things, and Discord and X and Reddit and just all the things going on with PantyNectar, and it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I really think, doing this podcast and just being able to sit in front of a microphone and just say whatever you want to say.
Yeah.
It's a really good feeling.
Yeah.
It really is. And the cool part is we record it here, and as soon as we upload it and it goes out into the ether, it's there forever. So for better or for worse, just like everything else. But, people listen to it, and, I had a message that somebody sent me the other day, and I need to find it. I don't think I read it on the podcast, but somebody sent me a message that said something along the lines of that. Sorry, I'm trying to find it right here, and I can't seem to do it. But this person reached out to me. I never spoke to this person, never chatted with this person or anything. And they said, they were like, it was this long message. It was just like, you changed my life. And I'm like, well, how the fuck did I change your life? You know, like,
All
like
deep,
if
yeah.
I'm changing your life, it must be pretty bad. No, I'm joking.
No.
But it was all about health and
Yeah.
saying how like they listened to a podcast, you know, like an earlier podcast, and it was like, they were like, your no sense attitude or something like that, almost implying like I was kind of mean about it, like you need to get your fucking
it
fat
done.
ass outside and
Yeah.
maybe work out and go run type thing, like
Yeah.
it's not natural for you to be that fat.
Yeah.
And people might not like to hear that, but the people that are honest with themselves and that are overweight, because like I said, you know, like I used to be overweight. So like, this is not like me, you know, like, oh, those people should have, like, no, like I'm telling you from experience.
Yeah.
And it fucking sucks when you can't fucking put your jeans on anymore, or you're on that last belt loop.
Yeah.
Like, I know you don't know that feeling, but like it
Hey,
fucking sucks.
I was pregnant at one point. I know that.
It fucking sucks. So like,
Yeah.
and it fucks with your mind. It fucks with everything. So this person sent me a real nice message about that. And it was because of the podcast.
Yeah.
It was because of the podcast that this person got to hear that. And, you know, they said, I can't remember what it was, but, you know, like they had already been on the routine and they're like, I dropped however many pounds it was and things are so much better. Thank you so much. I was
Wow.
like, wow, this is like the best message I've ever received.
We do get those. I also did receive this the other day on OnlyFans, and I screenshotted it. You reminded me just now when you were talking about that. But this person, look, I didn't even realize the name either. Look at the name. But this person said, I was driving back from the beach today and finally was able to listen to your podcast 1 through 11, and they are absolutely fantastic. What you and Mr. P are doing is an incredible work. Very, very appreciative. The end of 11 had me crying with you. And like, if that guy went back to numero uno to 11, like, let me tell you, the podcast was not like settled in like it is kind of now. And, didn't have all the things then, but it's pretty cool to first off be able to see that journey from episode 1 to now we're at what, 113 or something.
Yeah, 14.
Something like that. So it's really cool. And thank you to everyone that has listened to episodes of the podcast, even through all the up and down Spotify, you know, terminating it and all the things that we've had to go through. I really appreciate you guys that are on live with us on YouTube right now listening to this. I really appreciate you guys taking the time to listen, because, you know, we are nobodies. I'm like the first to say I'm not.
Yeah.
People think I'm a celebrity. I'm not a celebrity. I'm your average fucking person that lives a very boring life. But I'm very appreciative to all the people that take their time to listen to these podcasts, to comment on my posts, comment on my pictures, upvote my pictures, like all the little things I'm very grateful for, because like we would not be here on episode 114 if it wasn't for you guys. So thank you very much.
Yeah, and you know, PantyNectar started with 0 followers.
Yeah.
So there was literally nobody following, and one by one, you know, fan
Little
by
panty
fan,
freaks.
you know, people have just, you know, become interested in what you do and what I do and what we do together.
Yeah.
And you know, it's funny you say like not celebrities. It's like, just to hear that, like I was literally laughing inside, because I'm like, who the fuck you say it like celebrities? But it's kind of weird that people do, you know, because we just are, you know, in the virtual world for so many people that see us, and just like other people, and they kind of equate like, you know, like maybe some different status or some shit. I don't know, but
Yeah.
yes, like there is literally nothing special about us. We have no fucking crew. Like if you were to see behind this camera right here, there's nobody. This camera's just sitting on a table and we're shaking it, which is why it's wobbly. Like there's no team. There's no, you know, I get the question like, do you have people on OF chatting for you? They call them chatters.
I literally was talking about that today. I was like, somebody called it chatters.
Yeah.
And it's, I guess, those are people you hire to chat for you.
And it's like, oh, you're leaving so much money on the table by not doing that. It's like, well, I guess that money is just going to fucking stay on the table then.
Yeah.
Because, you know, we see it as the authentic nature is
Yes.
what makes this what it is for us. And you know, it's not, we could do things a lot easier. We could, you know, not interact with fans, you know, on social media. We could, you know, because trust me, I go through, and this is not knocking anybody, but I go and I'm like, what are other people doing?
Yeah.
Like, what are other big creators doing, and how are they doing it?
Yeah.
Especially people that are doing way better than we are in a sense. And I'm like, what are they doing? Because I want to learn from people.
Yeah.
And I go through and the first thing I do is I go to their profile and hit the comments button.
Yeah.
I want to see who they're commenting to, and it's like nobody. Like nobody's fucking commenting on anything. I'm like, how are these people doing so good? And like I said, it's not a knock on these people, but the point being is that PantyNectar fucking responds to everybody.
Yeah.
Literally. So I say that because you could not be responding to everybody and be doing just as good.
Yeah. Yeah.
But to let people know that their comment actually fucking means something, because we know how it feels when you go on like your personal account or whatever and you comment on somebody's stuff and they even like it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, oh wow, like so and so fucking liked my comment. Like how cool is that? It's like, that's probably how people feel when we comment on their fucking
That's
comments.
so funny that you say that. I commented this just fitness Insta girl I follow on Instagram, my personal account. She is going through a period of struggle right now. And I had like just responded to her story, like thinking she's not even going to read this. And she wrote back and was like, wow, thank you so much. I'm looking forward to that time. And I had that moment where I was like, oh, I can't believe she responded to me. Like, that's so cool.
Yeah.
And it's like what you're saying. Like, I hope that I give that to other people, that they're like, oh shit, she responded to me. Like, that's so legit. And I may not respond to the DM that says, hey, can I ask you something or something like that? But please know that everything gets seen by me. Everything I respond to as much as I can. And that's because I appreciate the community and I appreciate the feedback and I appreciate the true communication. That's kind of why I love doing this, is because of I get to talk to people from all over the fucking world. It's so cool.
Yeah.
It's the coolest thing.
Yeah, and then the comments, like that's like the proof of whatever. Like if you're not, if you're a creator and you're not fucking reading the comments, like you are wrong.
Yeah.
Like you're just wrong, because the thing is like those are your fans talking to you.
Yeah.
And for whether it's good or bad, like you don't want to suck, right? So like if your fans are thinking you're sucking at something, they'll tell you, or they'll give you some hints or something. Or they'll tell you, oh my God, I really, really like this. And you're like, oh shit, like this is what they want to see.
Man, or they tell me, get a haircut. I'm like,
yeah,
shit.
Do your
okay.
nails.
Okay, you guys.
Yeah. So.
But it's good. We're thankful, you guys. So thankful that you guys are here. If you, whatever platform you're listening on, if you could leave us a 5-star review, I would be grateful to beyond belief if you did that for me. So thank you so much. And thank you again for everyone listening or that has been listening to the podcast. Maybe you haven't listened in a while and you're popping onto this one. Welcome back. And we look forward to the next one with you guys very, very much. So love you guys.
See ya.